Hey, this is Blind Sally. Welcome back to Turok Dinosaur Remastered. We're nearly done this LP. There's only 2 levels left, and today I'm joined by PSW60, who is currently doing a wonderful LP of the N64 Turok game. Say hi, PSW60.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. So I bought this game probably about, I want to say about 2 or 3 months ago. This is the first I've ever seen of it.
Oh no! You haven't played it yet?
No, it's just sitting in my Steam. I installed it at least.
Oh, it's wonderful. I think I have close to 40 hours recorded in it already. In part because I've been replaying it again and again to make sure I get like a decently fast time for these videos, but also it's been a lot of fun.
It looks really good. Night Dive did a good job.
Yeah, I'm actually like refreshing my browser like once a week to see if there's been new news on their Turok 2 remaster, because if they can make the first Turok just this much fun and this refreshing, I'm pretty stoked to see what they can do with the second game.
I'm gonna assume they weren't gonna bother with the third game.
I have heard nothing about them doing the third game. As far as I know, that's a big question mark.
I've seen some stuff that they were supposed to do Power Slave. And I'd be really happy with that. Yeah, it was oh, I'm gonna have to LP that now that I said it, aren't I? It's a first-person shooter that's kind of got like a bit of a Metroid-y exploration to it.
Right.
It was made back in the first PlayStation, and everything's got like an ancient Egyptian theme.
Right. Oh, sounds good. Oh, this section right here. There are a lot of jumping puzzles in the Lost Land, and this section right here is my nightmare. I hate this particular jump section. I fell off it like 8 times in one of my previous run-throughs, so it's a bit of a miracle that I got through there without falling off to my death at least once.
There's a couple of pillars that are right after this that I never bothered to take. I think there's a couple of rockets on them. Yeah, you can see them in the background there. Yeah, there's rockets on them still. I never took them. I never stay on them.
I skip by them entirely. It's not worth the risk.
Yay! It still does it in this version.
Yeah, it totally does.
That makes me happier than I really should.
And when we finally get to fight an enemy that really needs to have the quad rocket launcher used against it.
If it's gonna use one at you, might as well. And that guy got crushed. By his own steed.
Yeah. I love the deaths in this game. So unnecessary.
That's what makes him good.
So this section here, there's some armor off in the corner. I'm not going to grab it because I often fall to my death here, but I'm going to grab the fusion cannon here. Because it's a fusion cannon. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to save it for a later boss. But it's basically a screen-clearing nuke. Not quite on the same power as the Chronoceptor, but it's alright.
You didn't even use the map for these jumping puzzles. Or, yeah, jumping puzzles.
It puzzles me that they're in their game, so yeah, they are jumping puzzles. Who thought they were a good idea?
That's a bold choice to not use the map. Or maybe they don't show up on the map at this point.
They do. At this point, though, I think this is my 4th or 5th playthrough of the Lost Land in a single day, just to make sure that I'm not dying constantly and that I had a decent time on it, admittedly.
Well, practice makes perfect, I guess. Oh, I always hated these guys.
Yeah, they're, I got pretty good at jumping over that red blast he sends at you, but man, that thing takes out a huge chunk of health.
You could just see the trap floating there.
I know, it's great. You have a lot of control over how much fog there is in the remaster version. And if you turn off the fog, you just see certain things like the traps there just floating really obviously.
Does it turn off that, skybox looking thing too?
I'm not sure. I haven't played around with it as much as I should have, maybe. And I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the area where, because there are 2 Chronoceptor pieces on this level, actually. I think this is about here. You can get the first one. Was that the right spiral staircase?
No, there's one that's a little bit later in the level where the platforms just kind of fall in front of you.
Oh, the one like in the weird castle structure with robots.
Yes.
An alien. Yeah, okay.
That save point's new.
Yeah.
That save point's a lot better than the one that's in the N64 version.
Oh man, they actually, there's a number of weapon placements and save point placements that were changed in this version. And considering it's been so long since I played the N64 version, it keeps throwing me off. Where was the save point in the N64 version?
There's a jump that's a really far jump that you can just barely make it to the left of that teleporter, and the save point's on the other side of that jump with a purlin.
That sounds terrible.
It is. When I recorded the N64 version, it took 3 attempts at that level because I'd get to that save point and not be able to make the jump.
Oh no.
And I really didn't want to... I died like, I think, 4 times trying to make it over, and it didn't work.
That's terrible.
And the sub-area portals are purple in this one, it looked like. Because there was one just barely closing on the left when you went across that bridge.
Yeah, it should be a deep blue, but
or maybe it's deep blue.
It should be a deep blue.
That's close enough to a purple. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, yeah. Or yeah, what do you call that? It was kind of purpley.
No, that's. I'll concede to a deep blue.
Okay. Oh, big difference between this game and the N64 game. You don't have to complete a portal zone for the second portal zone to appear, so I'm just going to duck out of here because I don't care about that one. But the next time I go through a portal, it will have the second portal zone.
That's kind of nice. It's, I guess, just a random chance then? Are these guys still confined?
Confined?
Yeah, in the N64 version, they don't seem to be able to pass over the lava areas. So when they spawn to those little things, they're just stuck there.
Sorry, yes. The dragonflies are way less troublesome here than other areas. They don't seem to chase you around as much. Thank goodness.
Oh, thank God. I don't even know how to describe them. They're like a fly that's currently buzzing around my room.
They're terrible. Viewers, you may have noticed that I jumped into a pool of lava. That was actually just tomato soup.
Soup.
Soup. This is where you want to go if you want to get a Chronoceptor piece. So that is why I'm going this direction. Also note there's only 2 keys in this level. But yeah, the portals. Yeah, not so much random chance. They seem to just alternate in this remastered version. So when you enter the portal in any level, you'll just go into whatever the first portal is set as, and then the second portal you enter will be the second portal, and then it just seems to alternate from there.
Oh, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I actually really liked that as a change. It made using the portal zones a little more consistent and useful. You could, for instance... Sorry, go ahead.
So these things are still just borderline nauseating.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I fall off in this round. There was a couple runs that I did beforehand where I fell off constantly, and it was really frustrating. I was going to say the portal zones are nice because you could go in there, grab the items and weapons you need, and leave other weapons and items later on to grab as you need them.
That is kind of nice. That would have been really helpful. Are you doing this in normal or hard mode, or did they add any other difficulties?
I don't think they added any difficulties. This should be on normal difficulty, though.
You have made a smart choice.
Yeah. For just recording purposes and for doing LPs in general, I try to keep my sanity intact and play on a difficulty that won't have me bashing my head against the keyboard.
Well, in Turok 2 now, I'm already dying pretty frequently. So I can't imagine playing through it in some of these games in hard mode. I mean, I went through the first one in hard mode, and I think I did all of them in hard mode as a kid? I'm not sure how. A lot of patience.
Kid. Free time, too, as a kid.
Yeah, okay, fair point.
I can't remember. Does Turok Remastered have another difficulty?
Like one in addition to normal and hard?
Yeah, it might be. I'd have to double check after the video.
I'm just still impressed with the look of it. Even just like that slight lean that he does when he strafes to the side.
Yeah, you can turn that off if you don't like it. I know some people might find that a bit nauseating to have the head bob like that. I quite enjoy it. It really gives you a sense of velocity.
Yeah, it looked a little... It was a little off-putting at first, but after the first, I don't know, minute and a half or so, it's nice.
Yeah, like, Turok has some insane speed in this game. Like, he makes N64 Turok look really slow.
And that was already kind of fast.
Yeah, I know. Poor Joshua Fireseed in Turok 2, like, he's, at this point, he's, basically walking everywhere.
Yeah, he didn't get the best of genes in that family line.
And yet he seemed to get all the comics.
I have one Turok comic sitting on a shelf up above my head. And it's tall set.
Oh, I think I have, what do I still have? I've read a lot of them. I don't think I have anymore. I think I kept, one of the ones that I still have somewhere in a box somewhere, I think is, it was like a dual comic. It was Turok versus Time Walker, and I guess Acclaim had another comic called Time Walker, but this dude who traveled through time. And it was like a team-up comic, and you know, it was just weird. Just like Acclaim comics in general, it's just really bizarre.
Yeah, they bought a bunch of them from a company called Valiant that was going under.
Yeah. You know, I never read any of the Valiant comics.
Neither did I. Oh, those gold robots are so much less of a bullet sponge now.
Oh, how brutal were they in the N64 version? It's been a while since I've watched the thread.
Granted, bear in mind when I played through it. Wow, played through it recently. I was playing on hard mode.
Right.
I think they took somewhere in the area of, like, I want to say about 5 or 6 quad rocket shots.
Wow, yeah, I think they take 2 or 3 here. Oh yeah, this section.
You gonna try for him?
Oh yeah. I've tried doing it the other way, and that was a huge mistake, and I always died, but I do alright going this way.
I don't know if you can make the jumps going the other way. Because each
I can make the first jump going the other way.
Oh, you can? Oh.
Not the second jump. I've never made the second jump.
That's more info than I had. Oh. Nice hitboxes on those.
Yeah. The hitboxes, even in the remastered version, even after Night Dive has done a couple updates, there's still some pretty bad hitboxes throughout. Treetop Village had some pretty gnarly ones as well.
This is where that second Chronoceptor piece is.
Right, that's what I was, yeah.
It's right under you before you start walking up these stairs.
Right. Yeah, so I've never bothered to get it. You don't really need to get it after getting the first one, because apparently, from the FAQs that I've read, it's just the same piece that you get on this level. You don't actually get the Chronoceptor earlier.
It is. It's the exact same piece.
Lame.
Yep. It was kind of nice that they at least made the pieces look different. So if you look at each of them, you can kind of sort of see how the whole thing fits together eventually. Or at least you can...
I actually enjoyed that too.
Like it's not just a generic, like, here's a box and you pick it up and it says Chronoceptor piece or something like that.
They could have easily done that. Very easily.
Yeah, and no one would have noticed. It's that extra little bit of polish.
And that right there is our exit out of the Lost Land.
He did go through that fast.
Yeah, I know. And with that, we have access to the final confrontation.
Sweet.
Well, thank you for watching.
Bye.